Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Taisha with Organized Plans. I want to start by thanking all of my returning subscribers for spending some time with me today. And if you're new to my channel and haven't subscribed yet, I would love to have you. In today's video, I am going to be doing a budgeting and cash stuffing video for my paycheck that I received from June 30th. So if you'd like to join me for this budgeting and cash stuffing video, then just keep on watching and let's get started. Okay, so I have a few different things in front of me, and we're going to start with the budgeting part of this video first. And this is my first one of this type of video on my channel, so definitely bear with me. But I'll be sharing, some money that I'll be using for variable spending for the next 2 weeks, as well as taking that cash and stuffing it in my binder so that I have that ready to go. And I'll break down the amount and the different categories and everything as part of this video. So I'm going to start by just removing everything off to the side just so that I can focus on the budgeting part of this video to get us started. And I am in my Happy Planner Classic Catch-All Planner. I'm just going to go to the budgeting section of my planner and try to not rock all my setup and everything. I may just kind of move this to the side as well, so just so that I can bring that into full screen. So I did have a video a few days ago with my setup of this budgeting planner and everything. So I am using a Happy Planner budgeting planner. This one was actually from 2022 and I didn't use it, so I'm going to kind of just do a little bit of redating and then use it going forward. So I'm going to start by just writing out this July 2022, and I think that will be fine. And I'm just going to write over top of that with 2023. Okay, so all right, and how I'm going to be using these pages will be, and I think I had just a note page, which I don't need right now. Okay, so how I'm going to be using these pages, and let me just zoom in just a little bit. All right, and I'm going to focus on this side first. So I received my paycheck at the end of June, and I get paid the end of the month and the 15th of the month. So this cash stuffing is going to be for the first 2 weeks of July. And so let me just get also kind of my calendar out just so that I can have that ready. So in essence, this is going to be covering my variable expenses for the week of July 3rd and the week of July 10th. So when I get my paycheck in, my husband and I, we have kind of a process that we go through of just setting aside all of the money in our bank account for bills and everything. And all of that, we really have that set up as like automatic drafts. So there's not much that I have to, do with that part. And then also we have set up kind of automatic amounts that go for saving and for investing. So what I'm going to be sharing here is, after all of that has been kind of calculated and taken off, this is what we allocate for variable expenses. And I'm going to talk about what those variable expenses are. So I'm going to just white out these sections that say food, housing, utilities. And I would definitely recommend that you make, if you are using these, the Happy Planner budget planner, make it your own, make it work for you, to fit your needs. And so I am actually going to grab a budgeting related sticker book. I have a few, and I don't think I've ever used the Bright Retro sticker book, so I think that's what I'm going to use for this kind of spread and everything. And this is exactly what I was hoping this book would have, kind of these boxes that I'm going to be able to use to kind of cover up those headers that I was just showing, and make them kind of say what I want them to say. So I know the Happy Planner has a number of great budgeting sticker books. I know I've used many of them over the years. And so I'm just going to grab a piece of wax paper just so that I can pull a few stickers, and we'll do a quick decoration and kind of laying this out, and I'll kind of talk through each of my categories as I'm going along. Okie dokie. All right. So I think I want to go with these here and these strips here, which I think will coordinate. All right. So let me just grab that. Maybe both of these. And then these stickers here. So I'm going to just grab 2, 4, 6, 8. So 8 of these. And I like they're just in, different colors and everything. So just want to pull what I need. Okie dokie. And the yellow. Okay, so that'll get us going, and then I'll just have that one off to the side as I need it. So I'm going to cover up, as I showed, I whited out each of those headers that were already there, and I'm going to write in what I want these categories to be instead. So I'll just quickly try to put these down straight and get everything set up. And I really appreciate any and all comments and feedback that you all have on this video. As I said, I wanted to start doing some budgeting videos on my channel. I've been doing this a long time. My husband and I, we started following Dave Ramsey and used his methods for getting out of debt using the snowball method and following the baby steps. And that's worked really well for us over the years. And I think I want to cover up this Bring Your Lunch. This sticker, this planner has like different prompts throughout the month. to help you stay focused on budgeting and saving and everything, which I really like, but I'm going to cover that up. Okay. And then I wanted to just bring a little bit more color onto this side of the page. So I'm just going to bring in these little kind of thin strips. And I won't be doing a ton of decoration in on these pages every month, just kind of a light touch, just to bring a little bit of decoration, but really keeping it very functional. Okay, so I have that in, and then now I'm gonna put just this one up here, just to kind of divide up that section. Okay. And we'll just trim that down. And then lastly, a couple of more boxes. I think I'm just going to go with the solid black here. And I'll just grab my white out. I will be using this up here for, this section up here for general savings, and down here for a couple of savings challenges that I'll talk through as I get over into this section. So you'll see how I'm going to be using this going forward and what my savings challenges are. I love watching budgeting videos and cash stuffing videos a lot. I love watching that content on YouTube and everything. So I hope, you'll get a lot out of this. Okay, so I think that gets us set up for all of our sections. And I know just maybe the last piece I will bring into here in the back. There are some quotes. And maybe this one that just says your future is so bright. I think that will work. And I'm just going to stick that here. So again, nothing too fancy, just keeping it functional for me. Okay, so I think that gets us set up for all of, got a lot going on over here on the side. Okay, I think that gets us set up with our decoration. And so now I want to fill in with my categories. So the first is going to be for groceries. The next is going to be, I think I'm gonna put eat out up here. This will be for household. Okay. And then I will have planning. So like the budgeted amount that I'm setting aside for the next 2 weeks for planner supplies, new releases that come out, and I want to buy a new sticker book or so forth. I have money budgeted for that. Then we have clothing, beauty, and then let's see. I think that is it. So I'll kind of leave these two sections as they are for now. And then over here, I want to do, this will be for my general savings. And then this will be for, I'll just say challenges. Okay, so to kind of now go into this into more detail, as I said, after I've gotten paid, my husband, we've kind of, budgeted, taking into account all of our bills, savings, investing, all of that. What we have for variable expenses for what I am responsible for will be 500, and so this will be from the 630 paycheck, and the amount will be $560 that I am budgeting. And because I've been doing this for several years now, I've kind of gotten a good sense of how much to go into each of these categories. So for groceries, I pretty much do the grocery shopping, and I enjoy cooking. So I do a lot of meal prepping and so forth, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and so on. So for this paycheck, it is going to be, so I'm just going to write the 630 paycheck. This is going to be $340. So that's basically $170 for the week of July 3rd, and then $170 for the following week. For household, it's going to be $10 that I'm going to be setting aside and budgeting. For eat out, it is going to be $20. And this is like everyone kind of gets an allowance, so to speak, allocated to them for things like eating out. Groceries, as I said, I do for the entire household. Household will be things like cleaning supplies, paper towels, toilet tissue, things like that. Planning, I'm going to, from this paycheck, we actually made that 630. I'm going to be allocating $20. Clothing, out of this paycheck. Now, these categories that I'm showing here for planning, clothing, beauty, that is for really me and like my own personal spending in these categories. So for clothing, I'm going to be setting aside $50. For beauty, I'm going to be setting aside $20. I'm saving up. I'll have a hair appointment that I'm doing later in July, so I want to make sure I have all the money set aside for that, ready to go. So that's all of the categories to start off with. And then again, out of this $560, which is again really variable spending for eating out, groceries, and these other categories, I also set aside a little bit of money for savings. This is in addition to, again, our overall household savings. So I'm just going to put, again, the date of 6/30, and I'm going to, it's not really an account, but I'm going to say, I'm going to be adding $20. And right now I have a balance in this like savings fund that I've been doing all year of $300. So with the $20, that's going to bring it up to $320. And then for my savings challenges, I am doing 2. Again, this is kind of like my personal spending. So there's 2 things I'm saving for. The first is for the fall release for the Happy Planner and other small shops. Is typically like the biggest release of the year. And I want to make sure that I'm saving up to have money for it versus having the release and like I don't have any money set aside. So I am basically allocating for the next 5 weeks $70. And so I'm going to put plus 70 here, and I have a balance of 70 already So that's going to make it 140. And then down here, I'm also doing a savings challenge for Go Wild. The Go Wild, like, kind of annual planner conference, which I've never been to before. And I really wanted to save up for that as well. I probably will need to really beef this up because I know between the tickets and depending on where it's located, if I have to fly, hotel, food, all of that, I think it's going to be about $2,000 is what I've seen some other people talk about that have attended Go Wild in the past. So for now, I'm going to be stuffing, I think it's 20. And right now I have in this category, I have already stuffed 20 bucks. And actually, I don't think it's 20. I think that's actually 10. But let's first go ahead and add this up and make sure it totals up to the 560. And then we'll get started with stuffing. So I'm going to start with 560, and then I'm going to subtract the 340 minus the 20 for eat out, the 10 for household, the 20 for planning, the 50 for clothing, the 20 for beauty, the 20 for savings, the 70 for the fall release, and that leaves me with 10. So I was correct. It's not 20 that I'm adding here. It will be $10. So let me just fix that. Okay, so I have everything in back, everything adds up to my starting, amount and so forth. So that will get me all everything allocated for what will get budgeted into each of these categories. So now that I have that all figured out, and later on in the month when I get paid on July 15th, I will do another cash stuffing, budgeting and cash stuffing video where I will add $715 as the line item, the amount that will get allocated for all the variable amounts, and then I will add in rows for 7/15 or July 15th with those individual category allocations, and then same thing for savings and the different challenges. Okay, so I know on the back of this sheet, it does have weekly expenses. I haven't decided whether I'm going to use this for any tracking. I know this is slightly off for, because this, planner is from July of 2022, but again, for what I'm using to just kind of allocate the variable expenses into the different categories, and I may use this sheet just to track all of the weekly expenses that I will have for the next 2 weeks on this page, and go from there. So that is going to set me up, and now what I want to do is bring over into my setup will be my cash tray. Now, what I've done is I have already gone to the bank and went to the ATM and withdrew the $560 into the specific denominations and everything that I needed it to be in so that I could do the cash stuffing. So I'm now going to start with, this is kind of my cash stuffing tray, and I have 10s, 20s, and $100 bills. So I'm going to start by, this is just opening up, this is my binder. This is an A6 binder. And these are the cash envelopes that I make and sell on my Etsy shop. And so again, I will have these linked down below, and just trying to make sure I'm in frame and everything so you can see it all. And so this is kind of like a pebbled gray binder, and you do have some slots if you wanted to put in some different cards or your driver's license. And there's a pocket here, and in the back there's a pocket here as well. It does have a couple of pin loops, and so that's kind of my setup for my binder. And then these are my cash envelopes. They do have some money in them, and some of them that I haven't spent yet, but we'll basically get going with stuffing. So one other thing that I want to mention is I do have kind of two styles of cash envelopes. These here are a matte envelope, and they are double laminated. I do a corner punch on the corners here, just so that, I'm not stabbing myself, as I'm trying to open and close and everything. So this is what all of my envelopes look like, and I'll quickly just run through them, again, aligned to my categories. So I will have groceries, household, eat out, planning, clothing, beauty. This is the fall release, and go wild, and then finally that general savings. So that's what the kind of my layout of my envelopes. And as I said, I do have two styles. This is the other style that I have available, and these are plastic envelopes with kind of a zipper on the top, and you can put the money in here and zip it across. And I make these as well, both the matte envelopes and these as custom envelopes for like whatever categories you want them to say. And these are just using kind of a black vinyl on the front, just to, keep it very nice, and it doesn't peel off. And I can put the amounts in here, and again, kind of zip it closed. So I'm actually going to keep this one handy because I want to put this in as well. And that is because, as I said, this amount that I've allocated for groceries will be covering 2 weeks, $170 each. And so I want to do kind of have that set aside. So 100, and then 20, 40, 60, 120, 40, 60, and then 10 and 10, and that is going to make up the 170. And I want to kind of keep it separated. So this amount, so 120, 40, 60, 70. I'm going to put into this envelope, and this is the one I will kind of put into my purse and take with me to the grocery store. So I'll have that ready to go. And then this one here is what I will stuff and I will have ready to go for week 2. In each of these envelopes, I have this tracker here. It just says date, description, amount, and balance. So I'm going to just fill that, stuff that in here, and it fits really well. And I actually will just close this up. And I'm going to, this will be for 6:30. And this will be for groceries. It's a deposit really. And I'm adding 170, and my balance is 170. And then again, I'll have the other 170 for week 2. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of flip that like that. So when I turn it over, I can easily see how much is in that envelope. So moving on to household. So that is going to be getting $10. So I'm going to stuff that. And again, I'm going to write the 630. And this will actually, I'm just going to say deposit of $10, and my balance is $10. So nothing that I had in here previously. And add that tracker back in. Eat out. I do have $10, I think $10 in here already. And there's my tracker. And then I'm going to be adding 2 more 10s to it. So that'll add up to 30. And this will be, again, 630. So this will be a deposit of $10, and my balance is now $30. Okay, and now I'm going to put all of that in here. Okie dokie. And now moving on to planning. Planning is going to get 20. All right. So there's my 20. And I didn't have anything in there before. And that's plus 20 and a balance of 20. And as I said, this is what I kind of budget for planner releases and things like that. Other planner supplies, things I might buy off of Amazon. So I have that allocated. Now moving on to clothing. And that is going to be getting 50. So that's going to be 2 20s and a 10. All right. And that is going to be deposit 50 and 50. Okay. And again, that's 2 20s and a 10. And I may have made an error because I'm supposed to have a 10 at the end for my Go Wild folder. So I may have meant to, yes, in my Eat Out folder category, instead of 2 10s, I think that was supposed to be a 20. So I'm just putting that in here, and that gets me back to 30, and I think that gets my denominations back correct again, and I have stuffed. Clothing, so now moving on to beauty, which did have 20 in here already, and I'm adding another 20. And so on my tracker, I'm going to write out 630. Again, this is a deposit of $20, and this leaves me with a balance of 40. Okay. And so definitely you have to let me know which style of cash envelopes that you like, the matte ones that don't have the zipper on it, or the other plastic ones. I actually like both of them. So I have used both styles in my planner, or in for budgeting for some time now. So moving on to fall release. So that is going to be getting 70. So here we go. 20, 40, 60, 70. And money was just sticking together. And I probably will do some different condensing videos as I go along, because I don't want, excuse me, I don't want this envelope to get too thick. So as I said, I did have 70 in here before, so let me just write this out. And this is a deposit, and this will be, I'm depositing 70, and my balance should now be 140. So that is 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 30, 40. Okay, so I am all set, and as I said, I want to kind of keep stuffing this and bulking it up until the fall release comes around. I may, if I don't use all of this for like the fall release from the Happy Planner and the different small sticker shops, then I will just kind of carry over any remaining amounts to the winter release. And then finally, my Go Wild envelope, and that's going to be getting 10. So I'm going to just write out again that deposit of plus $10, and that gives me now a balance of 30. And separately, as I said, I do have a balance for savings already just in my bank account. So we'll just add that to it, but I did go ahead and just pull it out. So finally, the final 20 will go into savings, and that will be a deposit of 20, leaving a balance of 320. Okay. And then I'm just going to add that in this envelope. So that is going to get me all stuffed and set up for the next 2 weeks. And I have everything organized and ready to go. And I'm all set up. So yeah, I'm really enjoyed doing this video. So again, starting with the budget and then my cash envelope stuffing. So you definitely have to let me know what you think of this style video. As I said, this is my first time doing it. So as I kind of get more in a groove with things, I probably will, get a little bit faster, but I'm excited and look forward to continuing to bring you all this content. And again, I will look to have my Etsy shop linked over down in the description box if you want to check out any of these cash envelope products. So definitely, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and feel free to drop a comment down below and let me know if you use a similar system for budgeting. And again, click that subscribe button if you'd like to subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, friends.